What's up, podcast? Welcome back. Today, we are with the infamous, the wonderful, the mystic, the mystifying Grace Koplow. What up, Grace Koplow?
Oh, what an introduction. I
I
should
do
come
my
here more
best.
often.
I know. I know. Well, for everyone that doesn't know, we used to live with each other, and I could say inappropriate things whenever I want. And now I have to like call you because you like adulted.
No, I do things that are considered adulting. I don't adult. I literally like my lunch, I have my little apple squeezy thing. So
Yo, that is so good. Hope just got like she got like the to go like the fancy ones from Whole Foods, and I'm like,
well,
yo, like I was making fun of her for a minute. I'm like, oh, you have applesauce, and it's fucking delicious. I forgot how
I,
much I like applesauce.
I know.
It
It's
was
the worst.
it's so good. All right, well, take a minute because I need a glass of water. Take a minute and tell people about yourself and what you do because it'll all circle back. And I feel
Oh,
like I haven't seen you in
okay.
forever, so I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even know anymore.
I mean, hi, I'm Grace Koplow. As Matt said, we used to be roommates. On another day, we can, tell our famous story of our finding on Craigslist,
Oh, the good old times.
you know, we're a Craigslist success story of
And now we
seeking
just look
people.
for other things on
Yeah,
Craigslist.
that was the key. We both happen to want to look for other things. Uh, and I've been in my career a bit dabbling in marketing and advertising, and currently a little bit more on the analytics and data and how that all intertwines with marketing and running a business and optimization, and basically all things how clients and companies can be better with the tools they have. So that's
That's that's pretty.
fancy way of saying what I do, which is really just, herding cats and setting up meetings.
I like it. I like it. It sounds very. It sounds important.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
I
I
like
write
things.
music from my house. Like that's
Yeah,
that
but
sounds
that
way
like,
cooler.
I don't know, that soothes the soul.
Yeah. And let me tell you, you look fucking fantastic.
I started this 5 a.m. routine thing. We can talk
5
about
a.m.
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that like I was waking up early. Holy 5 a.m. I guess
Yeah.
that's like human. Like humans wake up that early because they have to go to work.
Yeah.
And I'm now over here like 7 a.m. Here I am. No, that's
No,
not
hey,
that's
you do
not
what
that
you
bad.
gotta do.
I told
Yeah.
you I got the Peloton bike and I put it in the middle of the apartment basically.
Yeah, I mean it's the centerpiece of apartments is just, you're basically a step below CrossFit. Like if you're not a CrossFitter who talks about CrossFit, you're a Pelotoner who talks about having a Peloton bike. So
Yeah, basically.
that's the
But
next thing that comes up.
like when you walk into the apartment, it's like behind like all right, so people that haven't been to our apartment, which is probably the majority of people that are listening to this, or not, I'm making myself up to be like this really great reach, but like you walk into the apartment and it kind of goes far back, and you imagine like a bowling alley basically, and then in the middle room like is like cut off, so you can't really see on the left side of the room because there's a wall there after the living room. So I put my Peloton like behind that wall. So like I don't make others feel bad about when they walk into my apartment, and it makes me look really good. Like I don't want you to feel bad about yourself that like you're not as good as me. But that's like cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the way to think of it.
And also it's like right outside my room, so I have absolutely no excuse to like not work out because like if I like any human goes to the bathroom when you wake up, and on my route to the bathroom is the bike, and it just stares at me and says, hey, fat ass, hop on.
I like that. Yeah. That's that motivation right there.
Whenever I dabble and I'm like, oh man, I don't know about today, it looks at me and
You're
says,
like,
you.
cool. You sure about that? You
I
sure
think that
now?
I think that there's like some subliminal thing going on because I also next to my Peloton, I put up that stand up mirror, that like full body mirror. So like I look at myself and I'm like, oh, I better get on. But then you get off and I'm like, damn, I'm so skinny now.
Yeah, I do that. I like so for me,
Uh-huh.
I work out in the garage, and if you're curious, looking at yourself in a car mirror, window, whatever, distorts you just enough that you look a lot better than you really do.
Wait, for
So
real?
yeah, yeah. Like I don't know what it is, but like a car window reflection area makes you look like mad fine. So
I
uh
thought that I was fancy with the bike. You've got like a portal to another world.
yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah, but that
amazing.
the car does not help me lose weight. The car, if anything, prevents me from losing weight because my lazy ass gets in it to go places 2 minutes away. Walk in. So
Oh man, cars. Like the only cars that like I've seen my family recently, but the majority of cars that I've been in since my time, especially in COVID, has been like cabs. So it's basically I'm just abducted on a daily basis by random people that they
hey,
want me to rate them.
but that's better than the 5 people in the subway car that want the same thing. So at least it's only one person.
That's true. And it's in public, so they can't actually steal me.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
so we want to start this segment, let's be honest. So I don't know, like I want to tell you what I'm thinking and
Yeah.
what I want to be honest about. And for everyone listening, Grace has a fantastic fiance, and she's smoking hot. That's why this is called Let's Be Honest.
Yeah.
Um,
Just keeping it real.
just keeping it real, keeping it honest. So I wanted to vent out this thing that I've kind of I've mentioned to you on occasion, and I told you I started to unfollow this person because of these
Oh,
things.
yeah.
There's a certain person. All right, let's be honest about this. Women that basically post essentially nude photos on social media, specifically Instagram.
Kids these days. Just
My parents, I don't get it.
well, okay. I mean, between you and me,
Yeah,
um, like when we grew up, that was like there was a fear of what's on the internet is gonna be in your job. Like
right.
that was drilled into my head about watch what you put on the internet because you can't get a job, basically. It was like the tattoo of our generation was social media.
Right.
Like like our parents, it was tattoos. If you had tattoos, you couldn't get a job. Our generation, it was what you put on social media, you couldn't get a job. And now, I don't know what happened, but I know if I'm hiring people, I'm definitely stalking you on social media. And if
Yeah.
that's what your social media looks like, depends on what I'm hiring you for. If it's, like a strip club, maybe, but
Right. If it's prostitute, like, sure.
yeah.
100%. I also feel like as a guy that when I was like dating girls, I would, of course, who doesn't stalk their social media? And I'm sure women do the same thing. And if I was like a nice boy, like a nice innocent boy, and I
Nice boy.
saw that and I'm like, I want a wife one day. And I saw that, I no. Could you imagine, like, even my mom, when I first started dating Hope, I'm like, hey, Ma, look at this. And I show pictures off like Instagram. Could you imagine,
Yeah.
hey, Ma, look at my prostitute girlfriend?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, and TikTok. I also was thinking about this um, the other day that if I had kids in this time period, or when I have kids, if it's uh, like still around and this is still a thing, um, then I think I might make my kid write me an essay of what the song they're dancing to means. Like, I'm going to make them write me like 5-page essay
Uh-huh.
explaining to me that they understand, they are physically aware of what the song means,
Mm-hmm.
what, like that they're choosing to do this. They can leave it up, but I need an essay as to that they understand what it is, because I pray to God that the kids don't actually know what it is. Like,
Nope. And like, honestly, I don't understand the dances. So like I'm not a huge fan of TikTok, but Hope always, like, she'll be on TikTok. She is TikTok. TikTok consumes her, like, to the point where TikTok tells her like, hey, maybe you should like take a break. So
oh yeah,
did you know that that's a thing that
there's
TikTok
one that
tells you to
get to.
stop?
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
scroll. Yeah, I've seen that. I've gotten that. I'm a culprit.
So
Yeah.
like, which isn't bad. But I like, I understand, like, there are some TikToks out there and they're fucking hilarious. They have me dying. It's funny. It's like the one-liners of like, the
Yep.
zingers. But I don't understand the dances. The dances, like you said, I don't get the dances. The kids are doing the dances. Maybe I'm just jealous because, like, I don't know, maybe I'm not the best dancer, but I don't get the fucking dances, man. And
I,
yeah,
I see there, and it's funny. There's
yeah.
some TikToks that have make fun of this, where our generation, like we dance, like we had like Soldier Boy,
Oh
like we
yeah.
had good dances.
Did you
Nowadays,
see?
you're like just like popping up at like what is that?
I know.
Like
Did you see the Nene? The Nene man is like going to jail for like murder or something.
what?
Yeah,
Seriously?
like the dude that does the "Don't watch me, well, don't watch
Yeah.
me, Nene." Apparently, he like killed his cousin. I'm like, dude, that's not even like cool. Like, go to jail for like laundering money, like, or something, because you got a lot or whatever. Don't kill your cousin.
Jesus.
That's like super dark. For whatever reason, killing your cousin sounds worse than like killing your uncle. Is that
I
like
don't
we?
I disagree on that. I think killing anyone, period, doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound good, but there's something about the way that cousin rolls off the tongue, you know?
Yeah. Well, definitely
Anyway,
different.
so one of the many reasons why I wanted to have you on, other than this and having fun, I wanted to get your opinion on something because on the last season of my podcast, I was like getting real intense about certain things that you could do while, in quarantine. And I didn't expect all of this to last so long. Maybe I was being foolish, but we'll be going on a year soon. So, if people haven't started doing it already, and this is a good, thing for me as well, if you haven't started doing something as far as marketing yourself, doing something with like social media, and this could apply to, musicians and other people, artists or business owners or whatever it may be, what do you feel like in your experience you've seen is like the first step? Like, how do we start out here? I mean, granted,
Yeah.
assume that everyone has all the accounts, including fucking TikTok, which I'm still trying to figure out. Maybe you have insight into TikTok, because I'm not funny and I don't dance to
I
stupid
mean,
things.
well, a couple of things on this. And first is your brand. Like I know we've chatted a lot about this of, defining what your message and your brand, and
Yep.
we've gone through our fair share of changing what yours is, just running
All the
that
time. Yep.
by. And that's pretty important in all of this of, what do you want other people to feel and think when they see you, hear you, all this sort of stuff. Like, what is that? Because it's easy to forget that just because of social media and do the stupid trends because that's what I should do, but that's not your brand. Like, don't be like, identify your brand, identify who you are, and stick to it. And do that. Don't do things to just do things just because you think it'll make you popular or think it'll get your attention, because all it's going to do is get you attention for that one video or that one thing. And when people realize that's not actually who you are, that's not what they're interested in. Or, you know, or you get the wrong attention and now you can't go back. Think of all the Disney stars that you can't see it like a real movie because you only see them as like a Disney star, or like
Or like Harry Potter, or
right,
like
any Harry Potter
what's the dude that
characters.
did that was like Lord of the Rings, that dude from Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings.
Yep.
I heard, by the way, that they were like going to cast Harry Potter in that role, and instead they went with another midget.
Right. Like you get this image of people, and if they're anything else, you'll always go back to that. So think of that when you're like anytime creating content. If it's not authentic to the brand that you want to be making, if it does go viral, which is awesome, or it is what hits off, that's what everyone will think of you as. And if that's not what you want to be known as, think twice before posting it just to be a part of it.
Yeah. Do you think like I'll take it from like what I was or what I have been doing? So another thing with maybe this will be a different segment of like airing my grievances, because I'm very good at that. Is okay, so I've been doing like posting like covers, right? Because people love covers. You know, they like to hear shit like that they know. Like, yes, pushing out your own stuff musically at least is important, but I think it's just as important to, you know, present people with things that they know. So I've been putting my own versions of songs out as often as humanly possible. Do you think like would that fall into the category of like don't just do anything and you know, or would you, you know?
No, because I think when I say don't do anything, I mean don't hop on the TikTok trend where you're a jokester now when that's not what you're trying to do. If you're sticking in music, stick to music. If that's what you want to do music.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. And I know we've had a lot of comments about covers in your sets because you're right. People latch on to things they know. They like to sing along. They like those sort of things. So if you know you need to start getting your foot in the door, people love, oh my God, have you heard so-and-so's version of like those kind of things are all there and it's still your brand, what you're wearing on your videos, what messaging you pull off, what covers you pick to do. Fit the songs that you type of sing, like things like that. I'm not talking as much big on those sides. I'm talking more like I look at your TikTok and you're all over the place from trying to be wearing a funny costume to doing the dances to music. Like I don't know what you're trying to sell me. What like you are always trying to sell yourself. So what are you trying to sell? Like walking into a convenience store with that has tires and hot dogs and nail salon and you're sort of like what am I supposed to be getting here because I'm not really sure like why I like what is this store for me and you want to be a more premier brand like you like that's what you want to do. So the covers are great to get you out there and get you in the door and get you heard and get people excited and listening and it's going to spark someone's interest, you know. But if you start doing all these other weird stuff, people hear one thing from you, go to your page or like something that you don't want to be known for and like that's not the thing that you want to be associated with.
Yeah, 100%. That was a nice eloquent explanation. I appreciate that. Yeah, do I look tired? I feel like I look tired. I was debating whether or not to like I was gonna wear these the whole time we did this, just so you can like hide I can like hide my eyes of sleepiness, but then like you see like you can see a lot of shit in these
I'm the same. There you go.
We match twins.
I always wear it to look smarter.
I like that. I got these my mom gave me these for like the computer so I don't get like the fucking lights. And sometimes I like how they look, sometimes I feel like a little bit of like a wiener.
I only wear it with like client meetings because I think they'll take me more seriously.
Maybe that's what I should do. Like I pitched like I gave this dude like a price for doing like one of his shorts and doing like sound design and music for his shorts. And we had a video chat and I should have wore them because he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So
or any of those 100%. Or
I
like
also
go ahead.
Oh yeah. I also need to go back because you remember our Lesbehonest and talking about women posting interesting things on social media that aren't family friendly. I feel like I'm gonna get me too, so I have to say, I think women as an art form, beautiful bodies. You won't find a bigger fan than I.
Oh, I mean this also for guys too.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not just women.
But I think when
men or whatever, be body positive, but be aware of what you're like tasteful. Be tasteful. Be tasteful.
Yeah.
That's
I think,
that's the message.
and I'm betwixt and between because I'm like, all right, well, I put out a bunch of music, like too much. Like I was looking at my Instagram the other day and I'm like, oh man, I gotta like post something personal because it's just like all like fucking ads, basically. And I'm like, you know, if they want to be like models or whatever, I guess they should put it out there. But like what you said, I think it's like too much.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, know your no, you know, the fucking line.
Yeah. And yeah. And again, like some of the people that we've been chatting about, we know that they're not in that business.
Oh yes, that was a very important point. I forgot to add that. This
like
person or people are definitely not models. Let's just say that.
So that's kind of the key thing here.
I'm so negative today. I don't. I'm always like, I'm usually so positive on these, and I'm like, bring in the energy. Let's do it. Oh yeah. And today I'm just like, yo, fuck you. Not you, but you know.
Yeah.
And I tried. So I didn't tell you my woe of my recent my recent technological woe. So I was trying to figure out. So I got offered to be on this streaming platform. I might have told you about it. Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
Concert.
Yeah. So like doing a virtual concert, doing like a live stream, and I did it, and oddly enough, like I didn't think anyone was gonna watch it, and it turns out a lot of people were watching it. So I'm like, oh shoot. So it worked, and then I went back on it, and it started not to work. Live streaming is not my friend. I think that's the like, because you have to like play into the computer, and then the computer there needs to be a mixer that, and by the way, these like digital mixers, you can't see them, they're just like plugins, so you don't know if it's there or know if it's working. Then you can't figure out why your sound's not coming out. That was part of my day today, and that's also partially why I'm so effing tired, is because the majority of my day I was just yelling at my laptop. You only see a certain amount of things in this frame because my room was torn apart in anger of trying to. If you only saw how many wires.
You only get this vision of it. Thank you.
If you only could see the amount of wires like thrown around my room right now. It's pretty ridiculous.
So what, did you figure it out?
No. I literally did it all day, and I went on to like do the streaming. So you also have to like stream through this thing called OBS, and then you have to connect that to their platform. So I had to do about 10,000 different things just to like have a video and a fucking sound of you coming out of the speakers, and I got it all happening.
It's probably one of those like survival of the fittest, like we got the weak ones who can't figure that out.
It's something else. However, if I figure it out, I'll be on Sessions Live very soon. Shameless plug. Oh, Jesus.
Well, let me know so I can join your real concert.
Yo, and I think that what they say is that you can if someone can like request to be in your video. So we could just do this for like an hour and a half, and like people could pay to see it. Yeah.
Dude, can people like comment and stuff?
Yeah. So like when I was doing it today, and I was like attempting to put some sort of sound through the speakers, because you know when you can like see the sound, but the sound ain't coming out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, like I can hear it when I put like a monitor on, like it's probably coming out. And there were people viewing it. And what got me is that there were like 90 people watching it at one point, and I was feeling really good about myself. And like it tells you when they like join in, and then they can join in or join the chat. So 90 people watching it. It's going for like solid 4 minutes, and then this woman entered number 91, and she's the only one that said, "Hey, there's no sound." And I'm going on like a dick for 4 minutes, and 90 other people couldn't have told me, "Hey, dude."
That's so funny. Hey, at least they liked your face.
Yeah, I mean, they like my face going like this. Literally,
Maybe
I'm
they
in the
thought
same
you were,
spot.
maybe they thought you were like couldn't sing. Like this was like your act. Like that was your act. And so they were just so entertained.
They think I'm like fucking Charlie Chaplin of the live stream world, I
Yeah.
suppose. I was just making believe. That's
See,
what I
that's your
should do.
messaging.
They're like, hey guys, go onto my platform. You won't hear anything, but you'll see me making believe. How is
Maybe so then what's gonna be worse is when you do a real one and you have less than 90 and you
like,
had
oh,
full, but no one can hear you.
you just should have just stayed silent.
Yeah.
Should have stayed silent. I'm looking. Do I look like really weird when I'm talking because I'm get so distracted because I'm over there, but my camera's here and it's really weird.
No.
Do I look like I have like a tick? I was watching or listening to a podcast recently and they had a Patreon account, you know, Patreon?
Yeah.
Which funnily enough, is that a word? Funny enough. That's how tired I am. I'm making up words now. So funny enough, ironically, the person that we were speaking about with their photos also has a Patreon. I think that was or God knows it might be an OnlyFans, but like, I think that was the point where I was like, nah, I'm good.
Not the thing.
Bye.
Not the thing. Yeah.
It's
That's
like, yeah. I want to understand. It's just hard. How's Long Island? I know you've been out there for a little while. How's that? Have you been able to notice the mask wearing? Have you like been to the store or are you getting stuff delivered?
If we go grocery shopping, that's our like big outing of life. But it's cold. So
Yeah.
big thing not learning because like you grew up doing it, but shoveling snow, man. Like
Dude,
whoever invented that was stupid.
I like so I've been working out every day and I got like I got a set of weights and like a bench for Christmas and you know of course like the bike, so I'm like every morning I'm like bike work, you know, weights, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna be in such good shape. And I went home to see my parents and help out because there was, you know, that crazy snowstorm like about a week ago or something. And I was working out every day. That morning, I didn't work out because I was at my parents' house. And I went to, I helped my dad because my dad really he likes to, you know, take control and do the thing. So he was shoveling snow. I go outside to help him shovel the snow because I'm like, look, I'm 29. You're not.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I felt like I was like 69. At the end of that show, like shoveling that snow.
Stopping, stretching my back, stretching my arms.
Seriously. And I'm like, oh, I got this. I've been working out. This is nothing. Dude, I like pulled my back out, I think. You know, like.
Yeah, I 100% know. I was like lying in the snow just to like immediate ice your back kind of situation. Like that was the only good thing about it.
Right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, like you've adulted where like my little sister was playing in the snow and like, you know, when I was a little younger, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not shoveling, I'm gonna play. And my only thought was like, yeah, I'll play with you after. I gotta shovel this snow. I'm gonna complete this job.
That's what I was like, yeah. It's different now because now you have to.
Right. But like it also like feels good when you accomplish it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then after you accomplish, you're like, oh, I'm done now. That was my fun. I'm going inside.
Goodbye, life. This is
like,
over.
I'm slowly starting to understand the adulting, I think. How if I did an episode with Hope's cousin Gordy, and he said that at least on the trains, because he has to commute from Brooklyn to Long Island, he said on the trains the mask wearing is like almost non-existent, and I almost like freaked out.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty insane. You would think, okay, let me get in a metal tube with no ventilation and let me take my mask off. How is it? Yeah. How has it been in like the grocery store? Is it bad?
No, I mean pretty well behaved here. In that standpoint, I think. I mean, we don't go too many places in general, but it definitely is respected.
Yeah.
I don't see people wandering without it, and places won't let you in. Like there are signs on doors, like not allowed in without mask. The biggest culprit is the whole under the nose crap that you'll
Oh,
see.
that's one of my I don't know what episode's gonna come out first, this one or that one, but I did a whole tangent on that of I don't understand why people wear below the nose.
I
If
don't know
you
if
do
you
you have holes there that you breathe in and out of?
I was watching the whole Super Bowl and like half the people who was sitting over there like didn't have it had it under their nose. I was like, they should have told you before you're gonna be on national TV. Like, get this one right.
That's
Take this one.
like Ferris Bueller. Like he was on the news and like had to like hide from the fucking news because they would know he's not in school. Like if my parents saw me on TV with my improper mask wear, they would like
Right.
jump through the TV and like
Right.
slap me in
That's
the
what I
face.
was like, shouldn't they just
It's
be
not
more
good.
aware?
It's not
No.
good.
Yeah. Culprit. And I don't know how you miss like it's breezy all of a sudden. Like you gotta know. Like you can smell okay, you can breathe okay, you're probably not wearing it right. If you're
Yeah.
fine, you're
And I
not
do
doing
find that it provides a sense of it provides some warmth. I don't go out often, but when I do,
well now for sure.
like I'm not mad about wearing it. I feel like it's kept my body a little bit warmer. I'm just like I wish that there
I'm
was
not mad,
normal.
although yeah, it gets I mean I couldn't imagine going to the gym wearing it. I don't know how
No,
people do that. Like,
no.
I huff and puff just walking like I can't breathe in the thing. I don't know how people lift and run and
Same. Whenever I like, the gym right outside the apartment, whenever
yeah.
I walk past that, because sometimes I need to like just walk because I feel like a little trapped by work and just being in the apartment all day.
Yep.
I see the gym's packed and it's not big, but
Yeah.
and they're doing the right thing, trying to social distance as much as possible. But like, I see all the meathead dudes like lift heavy things, and like I don't know how they breathe. It's nuts. I know you have to
Uh,
leave, so I will say
I
I don't want to say goodbye. I feel like this is the longest I've gotten like hang out with you for a while.
well, these days, yeah.
These days.
Well,
Oh damn.
we should do this again because I actually prepared and I had like
Oh,
five
you got
other
more
points.
things?
I got bullets. So now
Oh
we can
man.
make them each their own thing and you can have 4 more segments with me if audience, loves me.
Only
'Cause,
4 more.
well, I can come up with more,
Oh,
but
we got to keep them wanting more.
this one this one focusing on being authentic and finding your brand, finding who you are, and not compromising because kids these days have a high BS meter. Don't
Yeah,
don't
I
BS
think that
meter.
was like the hardest thing for me. Like I'm not nearly, anywhere perfect quite yet as like an artist because I think it also like matures with you as
Yeah.
a human, and I'm working on that too. But like um finding out like my actual voice and like what I want to sound like and not just like what I think like sounds cool.
Yep.
That's super hard, man. And I feel like that's like a never ending not struggle battle, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, but I want to clarify that the journey that your fans go with you, like that's different. If you're growing and learning and, figuring out your spot as it and trying things out, like you've gone from high pitch to me, like you've been on a journey for what your niche is and that's okay. But it's all been authentic to you and for yourself and
Yeah.
anything along those lines. Um, so uh, that's the key. Like, don't overthink it, but do think about how things come off because that's what you're seen as, and that's what to our point. What do you want people to see you as on social media? Like it's not just fun and for your friends. Like that's out there. So be conscious of the brand that you're putting out there, and if you want it to be scandalous, more power to you. But remember what that means and remember that when you go to different things if it's not a job for a lingerie department or, you know, Abercrombie and Fitch for you guys out there who've been, you know, posing without your shirts and stuff at gas stations. Like whatever it might be, you might want to consider what, you know, those sort of aspects, and that's what you'll be known for.
Yeah, they won't take my calls. I think
It's because you don't
Oh,
have enough t-shirts or pictures without your shirt on.
I know I'm working on it. You know, that's
Yeah.
why I got the bike. I think like I was gonna like be like, thank you, Grace, for blah blah, but like I feel like we need a theme song because I think for people watching this on YouTube, they're gonna be like, whoa, those are obviously like best friends.
That's your homework is
Oh
write us a
shit.
theme song. You
Yo,
gotta write, you're the musician, you gotta write us a theme song.
real quick, I did that must oh god, that's so weird. I had like deja vu too, because I, you know, Hope starting a company and she made the stop motion video and she's like, I want you to write the music for it. I'm like, bitch. And I know it sounds great and it's a great video and I'm excited for her to launch her company. But it's like, oh man, I've gotten a lot of homework this week.
Well, this one, I'm not saying is more important than someone starting their own business and following their dreams. This is, I think, definitely a priority. So, just gonna throw that out there.
I'm in. I like it. Yeah, well, thank you, Grace.
Thank you
You're
for
the
having
bomb.
me.
And we'll hang. We'll do this again.
All right. All right, buddy.
Later.
Have a good one. Bye.